Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will see how to solve an initial value problem. Okay. We shall be concerned with numerical methods for solving problems of the form dy over dx is equal to f of x comma y for x lies between a and b. Okay. So uh, we will be seeing differential equations of this form dy over dx is equal to f of x comma y, where f of x comma y can be any function. It can be exponential, it can be trigonometric, it can be a linear, or it even can be transcendental function. Okay, so only thing you need to do is you need to bring in this form what in the exam, whatever problem you get, you need to bring your equation in this form such that dy over dx will be on your left hand side and remaining all the terms should be on your right hand side. Okay, remember the order of the initial value problem is 1. The order of the initial value problem is 1, so you need minimum one condition to solve this equation. Okay, so subject to an initial condition y of a is equal to y naught. Okay, so when you see this equation, you should understand y is your dependent variable, x is your independent variable. Okay, and when I say subject to an initial condition y of a is equal to y naught, it means when x is a, the value of y is y naught. Okay, when x is a, the value of y is y naught. Okay, and x lies between a and b. Okay, so all our engineering systems are finite in size. X is your independent variable. It can be space or it can be time. So space is also a finite quantity, time is also a finite quantity. Means when when you are doing on spatial coordinates or on any object, so the length, width and height are fixed. So if it is a spatial coordinate, the length is fixed. We don't do experiments on infinite systems. And suppose x is your time, we are only interested for a specific interval of time. We don't want to know what happens after 10 years or 15 years or 20 years. We are only bothered about very specific intervals. Okay, so this independent variable is bounded between the lower limit a and upper limit b. Okay, a is your lower limit, b is your upper limit. Okay, you can say a is your initial point, b is your final point. Okay, so at the initial value of independent variable a, the value of y is y naught. Okay, so note the above problem is an initial value problem and the order is 1, so you need minimum one condition to solve the problem. Y is your dependent variable, x is your independent variable. Okay, so there are many ways to solve differential equations. You would have already learned pure mathematical method to solve differential equations. In today's lecture, you will learn Euler's method. Euler's method is the first numerical method given by the scientist Euler to solve the differential equation initial value problem. Uh, this is the most simplest and easiest method. There are other methods also, like Rangakuta method of order 2 and Rangakuta method of order 4. Rangakuta method of order 4 is the latest method and the fastest method and more accurate method. Okay, whereas Euler's method is less accurate, but because of its simplicity, many softwares uses Euler's method. Okay, we can increase by use since these days we are using super fast computers, so we can increase the accuracy of this solution, Euler's solution, by following some steps. Okay, so let's see the Euler's approximation to solve the initial value problem of the form dy over dx is equal to f of x comma y for x lies between a and b, subject to the initial condition y of a is equal to y naught. Okay, so this is the equation, this is the initial condition. Euler's approximate solution is y of I plus 1 is equal to y suffix I plus h times f of xi comma yi. Okay, if you remember this equation, you can solve any initial value problem. Okay, if you remember this equation, you can solve any initial value problem very easily. Okay, so the solution is Euler's approximate solution. It is not exact, it is approximate. It is approximate solution. Okay, so yi plus 1 is equal to yi plus h times f of x comma xi comma yi, where h is equal to b minus a over n. Okay, where a is your initial value, b is your final value, n is your number of intervals between a and b, number of intervals between a and b. Okay, another note you should remember, n belongs to set of natural numbers. It should be like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, anything. Okay, the choice of n depends on you. Higher the value of n, more accurate is your solution. Remember, higher the value of n, more accurate is your solution. Okay, and in this equation I varies from 0 to 1 to 2 up to n. Okay, so I value ranges from 0 1 to 2 1 2 3 up to n. Okay, so how this method, Euler's method, works. Okay, so you got an initial value initial value problem. You know, at x equal to 0 or at x equal to a, the value of y, that is y naught. Okay, so at x naught you know the value of y is known. Okay, at x equal to b you don't know the value of y. Okay, so what you will do, you will divide the interval between x equal to a and x equal to b into n equal intervals whose width h, the width of each interval from x0 to x1 is one interval, x1 to x2 is another interval, x2 to x3 is another interval whose width is same, that is h. Okay, h, the width of each interval is same, and that is h. H is given by the formula b minus a over n, where n is number of equal intervals between a and b. Okay, so you know the value of y at x naught or x equal to a, the initial at the initial point, you know the value of the dependent variable. Okay, so at x equal to a you know the value of y. So using this value you will find the value of y1 or y at x1. Okay, first you will find the value of y1 at x1, and then using the value of y1 you will find the value of y2 at x2. Okay, then using the value of y2 you will find the value of y3 at the point x3, and so on, and at the end whatever point you want, the required point, at that point you will find the value of y which is unknown. Okay, but using Euler's method, so it is a iterative method. First we will find the value at x1. Okay, then we'll find the value of x at x2, y2, then we'll find y3, y4, y5, and we will continue our iterations until we will get the unknown value. Okay, so next lecture we will see a problem on Euler's method to understand this procedure.